You ready?
Born ready.
I like French fries, but I know I don't got none.
Oh, I was gonna say I was just eating some.
Now wait a minute. Zoom done got a hell of an update. If I could smell your dinner.
Hey, this update is popping.
This is lit, nigga. Can't nobody compete with this shit.
Popping on my champagne campaign. Popping on my champagne campaign.
What's up, y'all? This is
Popping on my
Son.
champagne
What's
campaign.
up? It's your girl Camille,
Popping on my
and you're now
champagne
tuned in to
campaign.
Brunchism.
Popping on my champagne campaign. 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 Popping on my champagne campaign.
Is that water?
What a way to start the show off. Yeah, it's water. Hey guys.
What's up, y'all, and welcome to this week's episode of Brunchism. I am Camille.
And I'm water.
Clearly dripping the drip. It's always the drip with you. No matter, you always try to bring it back to that. I'm sorry. I support your decision to drink water. I am also an avid water drinker.
I know you are. I thought you'd appreciate it.
A little bit.
I do have wine though, so don't worry. It'll be.
Don't fret.
Yeah, don't fret. The issue is that I haven't eaten dinner yet, and so sometimes we record and I be drinking and I don't eat dinner, and then I be lit as fuck. I can't eat. So this is just a more mature decision. But I'll get into the wine after I get a couple bites to eat.
That's fair. I had me a little lunchable thingy before we started. It's not a lunchable. I forgot the brand is like, I want to say it's like Hillshire, but that don't sound right. Black and it has like salami with the cheese and then the crackers.
Is it like the grown-up one?
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I
think. You use white cheddar cheese and wine-infused salami and then crackers.
See, I go for the spicy Gino salami with the Gouda and the little bread-looking crackers.
Ooh, Gouda.
Gouda. It's the Gouda. Gouda's my favorite.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like Gouda when I had it. Or was
really?
it that other one?
Oh, you like cheese
What's
too.
the other one that looks like Gouda? It starts with the H. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But hey, y'all, what's up? Welcome to this week's episode of Brunchism. I already said that. So as you all know, we start with our org of the month. This month for November, we are shouting out Toy to Remember, which we have been a part of for the last 4 out of 5 years that they have been active to bring some holiday cheer to the locals around Southern California. This year, due to COVID, we're going to be switching things up and choosing 3 to 4 families to sponsor directly instead of having the toy drive and the super spreader COVID event.
Mm-hmm.
So we officially started the raffles. I posted it on our page with the instructions. So if you're interested in buying a raffle ticket and receiving one of our wonderful prizes, go to our page or go directly to Toy to Remember on Instagram to enter your raffle and help us raise money to support these families for the holiday season.
Yes, what's up? I also want to just shout out another organization quickly. I forgot to throw this out as well. But I have a homie who's fundraising for I think it's the Asian and Pacific Islander. It's an Asian and Pacific Islander organization, but it's called API ENC. The E is for equality, and then NC, Northern California. But they're fundraising to sustain our trans and queer API community and build a better world. And they're raising funds right now to ensure that their visionary work can continue for the long term. And every dollar that they raise will go towards growing the connections and skills of the trans and queer API community of all ages. So I will also post this on the Brunchism page, but if that's something that you're interested in, you can donate. It will be there for you. Shout out to the homie and for forwarding this, but it's an awesome cause. So I just wanted to throw that out as well.
Yes. You gotta donate to everybody and support
Everybody's
Everyone.
saying that.
Everyone. That's awesome. So, Sanj,
What's up?
what's up with you? How you feeling? How was your week?
Wow, bro. I'm honestly extremely exhausted. It was birthday galore for me on this side. So y'all know, like my little sisters are staying with me, and they're twins, and so that means that they have the same birthday. And there's two of them.
2 for 1
So
special.
yes. So the 16th was their birthday. So like throughout the weekend we were doing all birthday stuff, and then the day after is Bree's birthday. So I was like, literally, it was 3-on-1 for like 5 days straight of just birthday galore. And you know me, like they have to put up with me for my birthday. You know, when it's my birthday, it's my birthday. Like, listen. So I got,
you got all of that.
I got all of it
in
back.
48 hours.
Yeah, times 3. But it's been an interesting week holding that down. But happy birthday to all of my roommates.
Happy birthday, everybody.
Bree just looked at me like,
happy roommate.
My forever roommate.
That's what I'm defined as.
My forever roommate as well. So yeah, just like entertaining and stuff like that. But it's been fun. Like, I love birthdays, so I don't mind at all. It's fun. It's exhausting, but it's fun. Science tripping. What else happened this week? I had a great conversation with an elder. It went way longer than it needed to. Like, this was a planned 45-minute talk that ended up being like 2 hours and 45 minutes. I had to stay over for work. It was very, very interesting, super insightful, like had all this, great stories and knowledge, and it was awesome, but
it was just long as fuck.
I mean,
elders like to take their time, and since they spend a lot of time here, they value time differently. So
the way that he would like result at the end of his story and the way that it started, I was like, why did you say all of that?
They go into details in the most peculiar ways. Like, whoa, I didn't even think I needed to know that whole sub story to get back to the point of the main point.
No, okay. He's like, well, come on with me here.
Like a preacher.
And I'm like, I don't want to go no more. But like you be having those conversations where you're like, I love this. This is great. Mm-hmm. I'm glad I'm hearing this. But also, like, let's get to the point. Wow, like, let's
wrap it up button, like on Dave Chappelle.
Yes. And then, like, the worst part is those are the type of people who say, I know I'm keeping you, but just 2 more points.
What is up with older people saying that, knowing that they don't even care? Like, I would rather you not even acknowledge it, because now you're acknowledging that you're like cutting into my time, and you're also telling me that you don't really care.
Please don't acknowledge it. Like, I would prefer that you didn't, because now I remembered. And every time you say it, now I look at the time. Before, I wasn't looking at the time earlier.
And then what are you supposed to say? Like, yeah, I do got a whole bunch of other shit to do. Like, you're not going to be rude.
First of all, okay, the first 3 times he said it, maybe I didn't. But after that, I was like, listen. He started saying it, I started hitting him back. But did that help? No. The point was he was going to get his shit off. But it's obviously like those situations where it's a person who I think doesn't get listened to a lot. And so like it was just an opportunity for them to talk. So part of me was just like, honestly, like, you really seem to be enjoying yourself. So talk it out. I feel it. I go through those moments sometimes, but I just haven't. But man, that shit was draining. Listening to people, draining.
I feel that. Moral of the story is make sure that you call your grandparents or elders in your life, because if you don't, they're going to talk somebody else's ears off.
And that's a fact.
We have our own grandparents and elders in our lives that we have to listen to. I can't listen to yours too just because you don't call them.
And that's a fact. That's a fact.
But and we love the knowledge and the
talking about his great grandkids. I was like, oh, I should have known from there. When people bring up, I should have known. It was honestly my fault. I should have known. But, another thing that I can now talk about. I'm a little bit like, what is it when you're, like, you believe, like, taboo?
Well, I have to know what you're saying.
No, but, like, I have this, like, when something happens, I don't want to talk about it because I think it'll, like, jinx it.
Superstitious?
Yeah, that's it. Maybe it's superstitious. Yeah. But... So I ordered these like Doc Martens from Amazon a month or so back, and I got them and I tried them on, and I was like, I was feeling them, not feeling them, but I was like, honestly, I looked at the same day, I went back and looked at my credit card statement. I was like, that made the decision for me right there. I ain't keeping these motherfuckers. So I was like, I'm gonna send them back. Like, I'm gonna start the process to send them back. All good.
I smell finesse.
Yeah, because I'm about to get. I need my money back because my credit card statement was not it. I was like, I spent way too much. Also, like, why am I buying boots? Where am I going this winter? You feel me? Like, nowhere.
That's fair.
So, anyways, I go through the whole return shit, and that's right. You smelled correctly. These motherfuckers, a couple days after I sent my email, they emailed me back and were like, we got your return and processed your refund. And I looked at the ground. I'm like, the boots they're right here. Anyway, needless to say that after I put them on, once I found out they were free, them motherfuckers was fresh as fuck.
They started to look so good. You found things that they matched with. You thought of places that you could go. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I had this I was like, wow, bro, I didn't got to break these in. Like, these are so comfortable. They just turned up. So that was my little win.
You know, when Spirit wants you to have something, you'll get it. Okay? So that's all that was.
That's it. That's it. But yeah, that's me. What about you? What's up?
I'll be having to look at my calendar to see what I wrote down, to see what I did. I've nothing much. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Again, I've decided that I'm gonna shut myself back down like I was at the beginning because I have been a little reckless. But I am here to say that would it be 0 for 4 or 4 for 0 if all of my tests have been negative? Would I be the winner?
Oh, I guess it depends.
You know?
It depends on what the win is and what the loss is.
Exactly. So I don't know. I don't know how it would. Yeah.
4-0 is undefeated. You ain't lost to that test yet.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So I'm undefeated. So I'm making it rain with the negative test results. So I figured at some point my luck is gonna run out. So I decided that no more.
You don't need to wait for the universe to intervene there.
You know, I'm getting it. Okay, I ain't never been this damn lucky in my life, and I've been testing the waters. I haven't been to anything where there have been more than 13 people.
Okay, that's a number.
But you know, I still have been around. So and I be feeling nervous when I be around. You know, hit the weed and then start coughing, and you looking around like, fuck, is that the weed or is that the Rona? Which one is it?
Except for when you smoke in the Rona.
Exactly, you know. So I've just decided that I'm gonna really like buckle it down. But before I shut it down, my friend who has started her rap career, she had her first concert, and it was really small. And I had on my mask the whole time, guys. Like I said, I'm negative. But she did a good job, so I just want to shout out Ivory. She got real bitch music. I love it. I love to see it. And then my other friends, Kristen and Krista, had brunch at their place. They call it Sunshine Manor. Yes, Kristen and Krista. Yes.
And they live together?
They found themselves in each other and our roommates. It's the most peculiar thing, but I love it. It's funny because when my friend Kristen first bought her house, we originally was like, I'm gonna be the roommate, you know, but I didn't have my shit together yet. So we was like, okay, we're gonna give this girl, whoever she is, a year. And, you know, once her year is up, I'll be ready, and then boom, we're there. But it turns out we love this bitch, so it's fine. I got my own place now anyway, so it's fine. But yeah, they are like the most fancy bitches, like charcuterie boards, persimmons, fucking pomegranates all on the table, flower arrangements, eucalyptus. They're just so fancy. Sweet potato waffles with this maple glaze thingy, fruit salads with mints, and all kinds of other good shit. They be having fucking lavender margaritas.
Your whole tone
shea butter everywhere. Because I just be feeling so classy and relaxed. Yeah. I be feeling so classy. I don't be knowing. Half the shit that I be eating I can't pronounce, but I be there like this with my pinky up like. Y'all ain't gonna tell me shit, but yeah. That was it. That was my little week.
That's cool.
So you guys, or you all, you guys and gals and people, everybody, y'all. I feel like I'm in college.
The party people.
We're trying something new on Brunchism, so let us know how y'all like it or what y'all think. So we just went over our menu, but now we're gonna go over the menu of
the world.
Our
world.
You know, what's on everybody else's menu?
Yeah.
We're gonna be nosy and look at other people's plates and see what the fuck they got going on.
Sometimes you can go into the same restaurant, you done seen the menu, you know what's on there, and you like, damn, y'all not gonna have, a special. So let's call this like restaurant week, you feel me?
You know how sometimes you don't know what you want to order, and so you see the waiter bringing out somebody else's food, and you kind of look over like, wait a minute, that shit, the plate is sizzling. And you're like, what was that? What was on their plate? And then you give your opinion about it. That's what we finna do.
That's good.
To the world.
That's exactly it.
So what's on the world's menu? I just want to say
it.
And I am a very brave person. I want to start with saying that because I say the things that some people are scared to say or admit.
Okay.
But I'm going to live in my truth and be honest. So I just want to say that although I had a lot of big cousins and older siblings, I just maybe wasn't as involved in.
I feel like you have to mention that literally your favorite kind of rap comes from a certain geographic area. And all favorite artists.
And I listen to a lot of Southern artists, yes. Mostly, I guess not mostly female. That would be false. But I did listen to a lot of Southern rap. But mostly Louisiana or Miami, I could say that. As growing up, I did not listen to a lot of Atlanta rappers. Or if I did, I just knew like probably their mainstream songs, but I wasn't like downloading mixtapes and shit and listening.
Okay.
If somebody got dissed in the mainstream song, I didn't know who they was talking about. Probably rapped along with it, but 2 + 2 wasn't equaling 4 to me. So I just want to say, I genuinely, and I cannot be alone. At least I know some of our listeners are gonna feel me. I didn't know that Jeezy and Gucci and T.I. had like life-threatening beef. Like I didn't know that niggas got dropped over their beef. I didn't know it was some Biggie Tupac shit all in Atlanta. I didn't know it was like, do they have wars in Atlanta? I know they got them in Louisiana.
What do they have in Atlanta? I don't know.
Do they have wars? I don't know. So. But I didn't know that it was like, East Atlanta beef with I did know that. I didn't know that these niggas was beefing like this. I had no idea. So when everybody was saying, when I first saw that they wanted them to do the verses and they was taking shots at each other, I was like, oh, they have like a little cute little beef, like whatever, like some Big Sean and Kendrick shit, But then, I be in comments and shit doing my investigative work, and I'm like, wait, he killed his friend. Wait, they finna be together. He killed his friend. What the hell is going on? So can you please tell me what is going on? Because I had no idea. Why on earth would Timbaland and Swiss Beats let these niggas do a verses together? I don't care if the streets asked for it. We've gone through enough in 2020.
To me, it's like the worst. It's like the worst timing, considering that we're all on high alert. Because some of our favorite rappers are unfortunately just like losing lives. 2020 is just
losing lives, getting shot.
2020 is just strange. So like personally, any of the people that I like, I prefer for them to stay inside and away from things. You know what I mean?
I want them to have a home studio, record it at
home. You don't need to do this. Like, you know what I mean? Record your 3,000th album. You know what I mean? Like
that must have been shot at Gucci.
But yes, so I'm pretty surprised that you didn't know about this, but
I had no idea, and I felt like at first I was really gonna keep it to myself, but like I said, why? I'm just gonna be honest. I didn't know. I wasn't listening to Jeezy songs. I definitely wasn't listening to like his mixtapes and shit like that. Same for Gucci. Like I would hear the songs that would come on at the parties or whatever, or you watching the videos. I didn't start fucking with Gucci and his tapes until I started fucking with a nigga that heavily listened to Gucci. I would say Gucci is the only person who a nigga actually put me on to. Like, all the other rap niggas that I like them by myself or heard them while I was growing up. I didn't like really get into Gucci until I started fucking with this one nigga. always only play. Oh my God, Trap God too, child. I know every fucking song. It's irritating. But yeah, Jeezy, I didn't know. Same with T.I.
Yeah.
I heard most of his like mainstream stuff, but so I did not know that these niggas were beefing like this. So I'm reading everything and I'm just like, I feel like a 17-year-old. I feel so dumb.
I remember like when I first moved to the US, like rap in general was like this like thing for me. Like I spent countless hours doing Googles as a young fourth grader, just trying to catch up on the years that I've missed. So what's been up since 1993, guys?
I was in spelling bees and shit. I was a little nerd coming up. I'm not gonna cry.
I'm getting caught up, bro. Like I'm about to do my black homework. You feel me? Like I'm about to be caught up.
But you don't know what dressing is, and you was doing your black homework.
Bruh,
continue.
I met other people who don't know what that is.
And I've been asking people, all 13 people I've been around. They all know who dressing is. I said, do y'all know anybody that doesn't know dressing? And they were like, no. Who don't know what dressing is? Although my mom be fact checking me to let you know on the episodes. And she said that sometimes people do stuff the turkey with dressing. I ain't never did.
Yeah. When I did my Googles, I found that out later.
I didn't know that, but I ain't never met a nigga that did it.
Bruh.
Anyway, sorry.
I'm
back to
on.
your
no, but like so like I used to hang out with these older dudes and not like older, not like in a creepy way. They were in high school.
I got real concerned.
And they were like family friends. So it wasn't weird.
Does that mean anything? Again,
maybe.
A little
yeah,
concerned,
it probably makes it more inappropriate. Probably makes it worse because my parents trusted them. Literally, help.
Continue, because that's not funny.
And these niggas were obsessed with Gucci, like obsessed with Gucci. And so like they used to burn these like mixtapes for me on the the empty CDs we used to pick up from like Walgreens and CVS and shit. So I went home and I did my Googles.
These
and
kids
Jeezy
don't know nothing
too.
about burning those CDs.
I went through and I like went through all of their shit, caught up. But Jeezy and Gucci, that's a big one. That's a big one.
I see. I feel so dumb.
That's a big one.
I just want to speak my truth.
Because Gucci definitely caught a body, and it was definitely Jeezy's homie.
From what I inquired, it was Jeezy's homies though. Jeezy's homie tried to kill Gucci, so it was really self-defense.
No, I wasn't there.
Allegedly.
But, so I guess I think Gucci was getting robbed by the dude, and it was an armed robbery. So you don't know, like I don't know if he was gonna kill him or not, but I mean now later on we do find out that, or a little bit after Gucci gets off, and it was just self-defense, is what happened. And like high key, I think something that people don't talk about a lot with this is like Gucci showed a lot of remorse. Like he would do these interviews and he was like,
okay, I saw an interview where he didn't have remorse. Oh, actually that was for something else, I think.
He was like,
how many people has Gucci killed? Don't answer. Never mind. Never mind. Don't answer. Not our business. Didn't even know he was a killer.
He was like, I don't want people to think I'm a murderer. Like I'm not a bad person. Like as a man, you have to do what you got to do. Like this, that, and the other. But he literally said, I have a lot of remorse, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to get got. Right?
Which is, I mean, that's fair.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that I can't see myself doing a verses with the nigga, though. But then that's also a thing to say because in your lyrics, though, yeah, you may have said you were remorseful, but you still gonna rhyme that you shot down his homie.
And you posted and shit. And like,
so how remorseful? Are you remorseful just during the parole period? What is the truth?
Certainly, I'm sure he feels bad that he murders him, but he doesn't feel bad that it adds another notch to the Gucci belt. You know what I mean? Like it adds to the whole Gucci
to the whole persona,
the brand,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like the brand as Gucci Mane. Part of it is like, the fact that he did openly murder somebody, rest in peace, and did not go to prison for, or wasn't, obviously found guilty of sort of wrongdoing. It was, self-defense, and that's what they said it was, and so he got off, but.
Yeah, but now if I'm Jeezy's other friends, or like the parent of the, I'm like, you can't. Are we gonna get the proceeds for this? I don't know. You just can't. You can't do a versus with him.
Agreed. I agree. And then top of that,
this is not funny internet beef. Like, people shouldn't be making memes about this if people were killed.
I saw some shit and he was like, yeah, we're gonna be in the same room. I was like, what? Why would y'all be in the same room?
That's so strange.
Man,
if Biggie and Tupac was alive, they'll be making memes about these niggas with them in the same room.
Oh my God.
They were shooting at each other and shit. This is crazy. This generation is nuts. I can't believe that the OGs are letting this happen.
And Jeezy obviously hasn't learned his lesson. Because this nigga today, did you see the song that he fucking...
I did.
He like...
He talked about 50 Cent and who else?
50 Cent and Freddie Gibbs. I don't know why you would talk about Freddie Gibbs.
That
nigga has nothing to lose. That nigga was in jail in Sweden for years for some shit he didn't do. This nigga is... He's from Indiana and he's a gangster.
He came out very reckless this morning on the timeline. Very reckless. Did you see his tweet? Yeah. For those of you who don't know, he tweeted, he added Jeezy and said, nigga, you're gonna do a versus with the same nigga that shot your partner. Don't ever talk no more gangster shit to me. And I said, well.
He went on live bussing.
This is true. But yeah, I just wanted to say that I did not know how serious it was.
This versus
I don't think I'm gonna watch tomorrow. I will download the playlist that they be making, but I don't want to.
It's gonna be live.
I don't want to.
They need to film this ahead of time and edit it. I don't want to see no shit live.
Brandy and Monica barely made it through theirs, and then nobody died in their beef. So what do y'all expect is gonna happen here? They barely made it.
Yeah.
They barely made it through theirs. So yeah.
That's that.
Very strange, but just wanted to put that out there.
Let's just hope everything goes well.
Fingers crossed. Next on the list. So Future and Uzi put out a joint album, apparently. I didn't listen to it because I've tried so hard to like Lil Uzi Vert, but his music just does not appeal to me.
Same here.
Not at all. Not even a little. And I've tried. Very energetic, very fun, expressive. But it's just not for me.
But I feel it. I'm the same way.
Yeah, I can't. But I love all of the little memes and shit from Uzi. I love it. I hope he keeps on.
The funny thing is I love his persona. I love his brand. I love like what he stands for. I just can't really listen to the music itself, or I just don't enjoy it.
That's how it was with Tyler the Creator until Flower Boy, because I actually like that album. But I was like, I love everything about this nigga, but I don't want to hear about him like fucking birds or whatever he be rapping about.
I also like I love Future. Let's say this. I'm the opposite with Future. Whereas I hate everything about you that's not your music, but your fucking music all day.
This is true for you. This is true.
All day. Like I will fuck with like Future slaps. I can't think of like Future slaps. Now this shit here, I'm not gonna listen to because he does have that one song with Lil Uzi, and I hate this song. Like I don't know why. I don't even think these niggas go together.
I don't understand.
It's not like something that I would be like, oh yeah, these two like go. No, they don't. Like Future represents like a certain kind of guy, and then Uzi represents a certain kind of guy. And then
you would think the Futures would like bully the Uzis.
Exactly. Not make them their little brothers. But I guess if the Uzis have money, then I mean Future fucks with anybody who has
money. Makes niggas respect each other.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it don't matter. Like it's crazy. Like you could be getting no pussy and have money, and niggas will believe you.
Academics. Excuse me. But what I wanted to say is that in promotion of this joint album, Future was going, you know how whenever Future has something coming out, he just randomly does like a series of tweets that are like,
he belongs to the
left
tweets.
Open to he belongs to the tweets.
He belongs to the tweets.
Is that what he said? That's pretty funny. But I Googled it because I was curious. And Future will be 37 this Friday on the 20th. The Sagittarius, I believe. My thing is, at some point, it's never cute for you to be tweeting like you're 19 years old. But when you're approaching 37, at some point, it has to end, my nigga. Like, you have 74 kids. No two by the same woman, I think. You keep trying to date girls that are no older than 23. And at some point, the midlife crisis has to stop. Why are you tweeting these things, bro? Go pick up your son from Russell and Sierra's house. Go pick up all of your other children and have a fucking play date.
Go visit your son who's in prison.
He can't even have all his kids in one place because it'll be a COVID violation. They can't even all be together at once. There'll be too many people gathered. Like, so I just don't understand why he, like, when I see him tweet, I should have saved the tweet. That would have been the responsible thing to do. But I forgot what it was. But it was just something stupid about women or whatever and hoes and streets. Like, my nigga, we're done. Everybody else is like in a relationship and shit and like going to the park and doing cooking tutorials, my nigga. And here your old ass is. You can't even, when older niggas, this was something that was explained to me when I was younger, and I tried to explain it to like the freshmen that were incoming in high school and even in college. Like, don't be flattered when the older nigga tries to talk to you. Don't be flattered when you're a freshman in college or in high school and the seniors are trying to talk to you.
Yeah.
All that means is that they're trying to manipulate you because you young, and that none of the other bitches they age wanted they ass. So they have to go down to the juniors. They didn't want them. Then they went down to the sophomores. They didn't want them. Then they went down to your dumb freshman ass, and now you want them.
They couldn't make varsity.
You know, so when I see these older men like always having a young girl on their hands, like, why are your 37-year-old ass relating to a 21-year-old?
Facts.
Well, your mind is not in the right place if you having any conversation that stimulates her mind. No matter how mature the 21-year-old is, because some 21-year-olds are very mature, great. They still don't have nothing in common with your damn near 40 ass. Your ball is wrinkly, her puss and tits are up tight. You know, she don't got no droop. She young and ready to go. You finish in 5 minutes. You see what happened to Joe and Sid Santana? She was trying to fuck all the time. That nigga was tired. Look what happened now. No wedding. No wedding. Like, I'm so sick of these. You know, I love that for her. This bitch just turned 27. I said, wow, you're a few months older than me and you was dating this old nigga? Why? What is he gonna do for you? That's not true. Future throws great out of trip birthday events, so I get it. Just date that nigga around the time of your birthday. But I don't know. I'm just tired of seeing like Future, and niggas just be like, oh, it's our toxic king. Like, I know that's the joke or whatever, and he may be like just playing into that to sell records, whatever. But I'm over it. Like, bro, do something else.
I feel it.
We're finished.
I feel it.
I'm finished. That was it with that one. Sorry, excuse me. Next up. A lot has been going on in Dallas, Texas.
Texas.
The most recent thing is that Boosie just got shot in the leg, I believe, but his whole truck was bulletproof. Shout out to Young Dolph. But also Moneybagg Yo, Jada, who is Lil Baby's baby mother / girlfriend.
Okay.
They also were shot out when they were in the city of Dallas. So I don't know what's going on in Dallas right now, but they shooting niggas out there.
And there was the nigga who was signed to Boosie, who's actually from Dallas. It was like Mo
3 or something like that. Yeah, he got killed actually. He didn't just
get
shot.
And that was like a crazy story because it sounded like he got stalked down the freeway and like just got shot on just sprayed on a freeway, which just sounds like, you know, when certain scenes just sound like a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's really what it sounds like. Like, I can't even imagine like a human being and you notice you've been followed and somebody pulls up next to you. It's just like, I don't know. That's a crazy life to live to me. And like, we've lost, you know, a few talented young rappers this year. Like, you know, King Von just recently. I think one of the biggest, and I don't even mean to like compare, but like I think music wise, one of the biggest L's we've taken is
Pop
Smoke. Like, Pop Smoke was like, that was such a big deal. And I was similar to you where like I knew his music, but then when he passed and I like really, and I'm just like, I can't believe we won't get to hear another, like, I don't
this nigga.
You don't hear more from him. Like that's crazy. And then like even getting crazier into rap beef is that this week the motherfucker who killed him went live from prison.
Like,
what is
live?
happening?
That was so strange. Like the things that people are doing for,
like, this is so strange.
How an acknowledgement is just. Ugh. I'm trying to see if I can find a list of rappers that have been killed in 2020.
Oh man.
And as soon as I started Googling it, it popped up like so fast. But I don't see a lot. But it has been a lot of shootings. Like it has just been. It's getting to the point where it's violence. There we go. That's the word. I know what's the word for it. It's getting to the point where it's like, I'd rather just be a regular gang member. I might make it. Because these rappers are getting taken the fuck out. They're getting set up and they're getting taken out. Like, this is actually crazy. It should not be. I don't know. I'm not a black on black crime type of bitch. I just want to say that right now. I think that is stupid, and people that try to argue that is dumb. But are these things happening in, like, you know, country music and rock? Like, are there crazy beefs where people are ending up being dead? Are these niggas being set up and robbed by like meth heads or whatever happens in white communities? You know, this just is,
you know,
I don't know.
It's unfortunate though.
But granted, they don't make murder music, so.
I was gonna say that. I was gonna say, like, these niggas make very, very violent music to begin with, and like, you know, it goes.
It's teeter-tottering with, you know, we're telling our story and how we grew up or whatever, and then inciting violence. But it's not storytelling rap to me.
Actually, and I think unfortunately, it's like, to me, it's like these rappers who've just almost made it. Like, you know, like probably the transition from whatever your old life is to wherever you could possibly go, and like trying to straddle that line of like the old you who was in the neighborhood and like chilling with these people, to like the reality is you are famous and you have a shit ton of money and you have become a lick. Like, you've become a target, and niggas still being like, having that same mentality of like, if you bust, I'm gonna bust back. Well, nah, you have way more to lose. You feel me? Mm-hmm. Like that transition.
Excuse me. I feel like I talked about this. I don't know if I talked about it on here, but you know, there's also when you look at the rappers who get killed in their own cities, that says a lot too, because, you know, people don't want to. On one hand, you get the, you know, this nigga is brand new. He don't come around the hood no more. He think he's too good or whatever. But then when you stay in the hood, then you have to deal with a lot of envy. Yeah. You can end up getting killed or shot at. So it's like, what am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to have niggas bad-mouthing me in my city for saying that I'm being, or not even being able to, you know, what if somebody wants to genuinely help their city and give back? Nipsey, you know, he was buying up property, doing all this shit, and he ended up getting killed in front of his store.
In those neighborhoods, like, people still got, like, you trying to go visit your auntie, that's where she still fucking lives. Like, that's, at the end of the day, that was at one point your community. So like, you probably still, even if you're not even trying to help, like, at the end of the day, if that's where you have to go to visit family, if that's where you have to go to visit friends, like, it's unfortunate that you have to like trade off on like either turning your back on who you are or like keeping it real and still coming around when it's like maybe you can't do either.
That's so scary to me.
Yeah.
That's scary, and just, I don't know, it's just sad. But yeah, it's just been a lot of violence in the hip hop community, and then
it's been so sad.
Yeah, like, you know, it's just like, at this point, I just wake up and I'm like, damn, what is it gonna be today? It's gonna be, somebody's gonna get shot out today. Somebody's gonna get something. Also, you know who will prevent this? People not going out to clubs in a panoramic. You know? But also, on the other hand, most of these artists are in shitty deals and they get their money from touring and club appearances. So it's like these niggas got an image to uphold because they're kind of just as financially unstable as a lot of Americans.
Right.
And they get their money from doing these, you know, so they can't, you know, they aren't advertising Fashion Nova like the girls. So they have to go do a club appearance or a little COVID concert. You know, and so they have to do this to keep up with their image and keep buying their bitches Birkin bags and Hummer trucks or whatever the girls are getting. And now they're putting their lives at risk because niggas is out here.
Yeah, it honestly sucks so bad because I don't even have to say it, but death is just so final that it's like even past people's talents, like, damn, like, I don't know. Things just seem very sudden, you know, in that kind of, in like the entertainment world. Like, you
Here
just don't
today,
know.
gone today.
You just don't know.
Yeah. We will get smoother with these transitions, but
wow, this is good.
I have a I don't know if this is a question, but I just have an opinion on this.
Yes.
What is ANTIFA?
Mm-hmm.
I know that ANTIFA stands for anti-fascist.
It does.
Is that such a bad thing to be anti-fascist? For the people that are arguing, you know, I've never seen like, I've seen, you know, the KKK. I've seen people walking around with the Confederate flag and the Nazi flag and holding up the, what is it? The white supremacy sign, all this stuff. I've seen that. What is this? Will all of these racist white people all of a sudden like blaming like everything is Antifa? Are they saying that they want fascism in our government? Are they pro-Tifa? If there's Antifa, is there pro-Tifa? Is that a thing? Are these people saying that they are pro-Tifa? Where's the pro-Tifa flag? Are they beefing? I'm so confused because I keep seeing Trump and the MAGA people and the Republicans talking about, well, Joe Biden should have condemned Antifa. So you're saying that he should condemn anti-fascists?
So
you're saying that Joe Biden should endorse fascism? Are you saying that Trump endorses fascism? I am so confused on how they even think this is an argument. Are you arguing against people that are against fascism?
The meaning is literally in the name. like
I don't get it. But I've never seen, because it all of a sudden turned from like it turned into Black people and allies saying, hey, the police should stop killing us and we should go against police brutality, to Black Lives Matter is a Black superior, a Black supremacist group, to it's all Antifa. So I'm confused. I'm just confused. I don't know what else to say. Where are the, is there even an Antifa Facebook group? What is the logo? You know, I don't see any of these things. So they're just saying, you know what? If somebody says, Camille, are you Antifa? If you tell me what it means, if you say, are you anti-fascist? I'm be like, yeah, I actually am. So then what? So now what? I'm so confused. I want somebody to tell me what's going on. Why is it bad to be anti-fascist? Why is that a bad thing? I'm so confused. Please help.
I am Antifa.
I don't know if I should be saying this. I don't know if in 10 minutes somebody's gonna come kick down my door and say that I have been flagged for some shit. But if the definition is anti-fascist, then I would have to agree. So I'm so confused. That's it. That's just all I just had to really get that off of my chest.
That's great.
I'm so confused about it.
If you're pro-Tifa or ProFa, let us know.
ProFa. I'm writing that.
You're ProFa.
And I love the moment when I'm listening to when we're recording and I say, that's going to be the title. I really love
ProFa. Let us know. You know what I mean? We're just curious what's going on because, although we're not
ProFa, ProFash. I like pro-fash. Could double as like pro-fashion.
Pro-fash.
I'm pro-bad bitches.
Wow. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna be anti-bad bitches.
So I'm for it. I don't.
Are you against?
When I be reading through the comments, I be like, wait. So y'all are saying, and then they get into like socialism or whatever. But if that's what you're saying, then say pro-social. I'd rather you call people pro-social than ANTIFA, because that's still a better argument, like, oh, they're pro-socialism, so I don't fuck with that. Versus saying they're anti-fascist.
Fascist.
That's not gonna convince me that they're evil people. I'm sorry. But also, who are they? Who are these people that you talk about? I've never seen them. I think most people are ANTIFA.
I know.
I feel like most people are.
I think y'all
are not wrong when y'all say that group over there is ANTIFA. You're not wrong. You're right.
I think we're all part of this organized. I think
like we're all in it technically. So what do you mean when you say that? It's so strange, but yeah.
I feel it.
That was our what's on the world's menu. I hope you enjoyed. So for our main course, and we can keep it short and cute, but I think it's time for us to really, we're talking about defunding, and we're talking about abolishing things. And I think it's just really time for the Breakfast Club to go. I do. The most recent thing that they have done.
Are you anti-breakfast?
Anti-break. Anti-break. Yes, I am. Anti-fast.
Okay.
Anti-Shyla. Anti-envy. Anti-ye.
I mean, nothing super fantastic comes out of the Breakfast Club for our culture. Like,
even all of the like memes and gifs have been from very uncomfortable moments.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just, the most recent thing for anyone who may be a little lost is that apparently Megan Thee Stallion was supposed to be on the Breakfast Club promoting her debut album, which one day, can we talk about how confused I am between she's dropped 14 things. What do you mean debut album? I don't get it.
Okay,
but that's so strange. That's so strange to me. I don't get like what technically, it's the same amount of songs. I mean, the last one, Fever or whatever, that had hella songs, just like this. So I don't get what the difference is. But anyway, she was supposed to go on there for appearance to promote her album, Good News, dropping Friday. But her publicist or whoever is in charge of that type of shit was like, yeah, she could come on here, but she don't want to talk about that Tory Lanez bullshit. And these niggas had a hissy fit. Envy said some bitch ass bullshit like she needs to remember that we were the platform that gave her a chance and put her on, but she went and talked to GQ about the situation, but she don't want to come up here and talk to us. Like, I think that's dumb and blah, blah, blah. Like, they were really going in because Megan, let's just think about some of the interviews where people were going through shit and they went on the Breakfast Club. Not specifically just people, but Black women. Let's think about Monique when she went on and how she was attacked. Let's think about however crazy she is, Azealia Banks, how she has been attacked. Let's think about fucking, it's another one that's on the tip of my tongue, my nigga. I can't remember. But there have been plenty of people who have went on the Breakfast Club and tried to have a regular...
I said Angela Yee.
Hello? They be doing her. She's be sitting there smiling. Don't know what to say. Don't have no backbone. And for y'all to say that y'all are the reason for Megan's anything, it's just a lie. Some people are destined to make it, and she was one of them. She would have did it with or without your breakfast in your little club, okay? But the amount of, like, entitlement that they feel that they have and the kind of gatekeeping that they feel that they are entitled to have is such fucking bullshit. Because like you said, what real good has come from the Breakfast Club? she's going to be having a real conversation and Charlamagne is going to say some dumb shit about Tory or about her fucking mom and grandmother passing. Like, that nigga knows no professional boundaries. And some, you know, a good journalist will be able to ask those type of questions in a non-respectful way that entices some sort of thoughtful and productive conversation.
That's not the point of the Breakfast Club.
This nigga just says some dumb random comment so that it can be viral.
Like, the whole point is to be like, yeah, exactly, it's to get viral. And it's like, y'all not gonna, I don't get the issue with me being, or not with me, but with a person being like, you're not gonna just get viral off of me and my trauma that just happened. Even the fact that I
have a right to protect myself and say what the fuck I do.
The fact that I'm even willing to sit down and talk about an album, or the fact that I could even, you know, be able to drop an album at this point in itself is challenging. And then I'm supposed to like come and subject myself to what you are known for doing. Like, I don't get how they can be pissed off when they've been a really big part of writing what their brand is and like what going on the Breakfast Club actually means. It's not like meaningful. It's not like you're gonna have any in-depth discussion, especially if you're a woman. Like, Charlamagne is literally the provocateur, or as they say it, provocateur.
And especially when they themselves have set boundaries for themselves. There are certain people that they won't allow on the show anymore. When they do come, they aren't allowed to say anything. They have beef with like Rory from the Joe Budden podcast for like some comments that he made about DJ Envy or whatever, and like he's not allowed up, or if he can't come up, he can't talk about certain things. So how dare y'all are able to set boundaries and shit for yourselves, but y'all telling artists, oh, y'all should be able to, you know, come on here and y'all shouldn't tell us what we can and can't ask y'all. Why the fuck not? People do that all of the fucking time. Like, you're mad because your little rating's not gonna go up from having a bad bitch on your show. Exactly. So now you want to throw a hissy fit about it. Like, you get donkey of the day, nigga. You get donkey of the day. And I don't like Envy, and I never have. And that's
Envy's a bitch. Envy is
like real, genuine.
Envy
bitch.
Is like
don't talk about black, nigga. Give me a paper bag.
He like I don't know how to describe DJ Envy, but like you could just tell he oozes bitch made. Like
sometimes you can just feel it.
Like,
you can feel
yeah,
the bitch ass nigga
even like the way that he talks about his wife, the way that he talks about his kids, like the way he talks about his life and his family. You could just like, you know, like you can feel insecurity. You know what I mean? Or like something isn't fully settled there with you yet. Like
both of them, even the way that Charlamagne brags about like, oh, I haven't cheated in 10 years. Like, you know, throw me a parade. I used to be an avid cheater and now I'm not. Like, you think that shit is cute? You think it's cute to just keep repeating it all the time? Like, I'm not a cheater anymore, so it's fine. Like, them niggas is weird, sniffing seats and shit when bitches get up. Like, all of them are fucking weird. Angela just be sitting there letting shit happen. Like, fuck that. Fuck all of them. Even how we joke about and say, what was his name? Birdman. And Birdman, not, you know, I'm not a Birdman cheerleader. But he even had to, you know, put some respect on my name. Like, y'all niggas coming here playing. They get checked a lot. And the thing is, they like that shit. That's why they be saying the dumb shit that they do and asking all those questions. Because they like having a moment that's going to get put on the Shade Room and going to get, you know, somebody post a clip of it and get a lot of hits on YouTube. And they like having those moments. So you wanted to bring this bitch up there so you could say some shit that you knew was going to piss her off and have her go off so you can get your moment. And she's protecting her own energy and say, I'll come on your show, we could kick it, but y'all are not going to try to get the best of me. And now y'all over here trying to bash her and talking about, and it's like, and I hate when people play the fucking black card, okay? I'm going to do my best to support black people at all times, but don't ever, oh, you're supposed to do this. We're a black publication and we're black and you went to the, don't ever try to play that shit with me when y'all don't have my best interest in heart. That's it.
I was just thinking like, and it's like, it seems like either way they got a moment off as a result of her name. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like whether or not I showed up to your show, you were going to get a moment off of me. You know what I mean? So it's like, why are you hurt?
And I don't like I saw a couple of these arguments as well, and I'm not a professional journalist. I've done some interviews, you know, but I would not consider myself a journalist. With people saying, well, you know, she's a public figure and this situation is in the public. And so she should expect for people to ask, these sorts of questions. I don't like that. Like I said, I'm not a journalist, so I don't know what kind of like code of conduct that y'all have. Feel free to let a nigga know. But fuck that.
And I mean, you know what?
I mean, plain and simple.
I'll say this. Maybe you do have a right to ask it, but then the person also has the right to not answer. You feel me? Or like, so like if I know that I'm not going to answer a certain question, why would I waste our time or make an interview uncomfortable knowing that I'm not, you know what I mean?
Now the whole energy is off.
Yeah, because
from the interview.
Yeah, or like, I mean, or we could talk, you can ask it and I could say no during, and you know what's going to happen on that show when you say you're not going to answer something, you're going to get pressed and it's going to turn out 100 times worse.
And they're going to get their little moment.
Exactly. So,
and I mean, if you're a good journalist, then you should be able to come up with a good list of questions to ask me that don't have anything to do with this situation.
Right.
Because if this didn't happen, you would have found some questions to ask me.
Facts.
So if
people
you're
come
a good
there for
journalist,
their albums all the time
without getting shot by a midget.
Yeah.
So if you're a good journalist, then we should be able to put on a good show. I mean, I'm Megan the fucking Stallion. I can give you a good show, a good 30 minutes or however long the artist be up there. No problem. I can do that. So if it rubs you the wrong way and makes you so upset because I'm choosing to not talk about this one thing, that means that you want to profit off of my trauma and you don't see how that's weird. You're not going to ask me, anything productive to my healing, anything that's going to help me heal. You're not going to, they probably got an interview lined up with Tory Lanez the next day. You know, like, so what?
And as soon as that nigga drops an album, you know where he gonna be.
And then they're gonna say it. Well, Megan didn't want to come in here and talk to us about it, probably because she lying, huh? Like, they're gonna say stupid shit. So
ridiculous.
I'm so tired of the Breakfast Club, and I know that this has been like brewing. People have been saying this for like a couple of years. I don't know how their ratings have been looking or why they're still on, but it's just like enough is enough. We're tired of y'all niggas. It's just disrespectful. Angela, I even stopped listening to Lip Service because I'm just like, this bitch, her energy is off. You don't say nothing when you're there or stick up for anybody.
Yeah.
Even on Lip Service, when she asks like her little like freaky girl questions or whatever, she never answers them. She just always like put other people on blast and make them answer. Like, bitch, say your dirt. Like, I don't know. I don't like it.
I feel
the whole energy up there is just too much. It's too much. I don't like it. Charlamagne is too much. Yeah, it should be the Bitch Made Club. It should be. I don't like that whole little crew. Even what's the podcast with Charlamagne? Brilliant Idiots.
The Idiots.
Brilliant Idiots. I've been stopped listening to that. Like, he just says he's very good at what he does in that he's good at like enticing reactions, just saying, alarming things, but to me that doesn't make for a good show. That doesn't make for a good, it's not sustainable. I can't say it's not sustainable because it's been sustaining that nigga, but it's just not a healthy way to be in
but
media.
I would say it's not sustainable because I don't think like Charlamagne will never reach like the heights of like a Big Boy. If you get what I mean, like as far as like legacy,
as far as being respected,
legacy and like meaning to like when certain people get off the radio, you'll miss them. When these motherfuckers get off the radio, we'll all be like,
or even help putting people on, right?
Can we get some other talent?
To this day, Big Boy is still putting local LA people on. I can't even say just
even like
rappers.
even in their same city, Rosenberg and Ebro, same thing. And they're like,
people feel a way about them, but they still have helped put people on. Like Charlamagne, who have you helped?
And they offer
have you helped?
Like the one thing I'll say, like they actually like other like Ebro and them actually offer some sort of like perspective where they're like, this is where I stand on this, and let's talk about it in like a way that we're actually going to exchange ideas versus like
a dialogue and versus just saying comments that don't help. Like you're not offering a different perspective. You're not trying to make this into a bigger conversation that happens.
You don't even
in the
care.
Black community.
You're not even care.
You're not bridging this like, let's bring this up to talk about how, you know, people should protect Black women or whatever, how people don't believe Black women. Like, that's not you don't have any end goal. You just want to say things.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's dumb. He would have had Trump on this show if he would have said yes. So,
yeah.
That's how I feel about it. Fuck the Breakfast Club, anti-club, anti-brec, all of that. That was it. That really pissed me off. You know.
I feel
I have to tell y'all how I feel about Megan. Y'all know this. Y'all know I be feeling this way about Megan.
We see the steam coming out your ears, man. Your AirPods are gonna get water damage.
When Envy said that shit, like, oh,
that's what they call. That's why he's called.
Oh, we're a Black publication. I hate.
Who owns that radio station, bitch? Is it Viacom? Shut the fuck up.
I so hate when people do that. Like, oh, I'm Black, so you're supposed to support me or whatever. Like,
Tory Lanez is Black.
I mean,
he was supposed to support her. And look, nah, bro.
You're saying that I'm not supporting you because I don't want to go on your show and talk about how I've been shot? That's so the hate that I'll save it. All right, so now it's time for the check. For our new listeners who don't know, the check is the portion of the show where we pick someone or something that has pissed us the fuck off. And so we're going to use this moment in our safe space to cuss them the fuck out.
That's what we're going to do.
I think that's my favorite description yet. So, Sanj, who are you checking this week? Let them have it.
So this week, I'm semi-checking. I think it's a check. I'm checking the Houston Rockets. Now, folks, I know you thought basketball season was over. It's true. It is. But this is the shortest off season we have.
Oh my God, isn't the draft on right now?
The draft is tonight. Guess who's picking number 1? Minnesota Timberwolves.
Oh,
and the reason I say that is because y'all niggas are gonna be my check next week if you don't fucking handle this shit correctly.
So does that mean they're gonna pick
They better pick LaMelo. What the fuck? Where are you gonna get a 6'7" point guard ever? You can't grow that shit in a lab if you wanted to. That shit is cooked, ready to go. Put that shit in.
Mr. Ball would like to challenge that.
Next week. That's too funny. But now I'm checking the Houston Rockets because if folks didn't see, James Harden is out. He's trying to get out. Russell Westbrook said he's done. He's out. Apparently, all of this bullshit had been happening with the Rockets, and we just had no clue. Because
I heard that their owner is racist.
Their owner is a Trump supporter.
Yeah, so they were like, "Fuck this, my nigga, and fuck you."
Yes, the owner
out of here.
A Trump supporter
in Houston. Why don't you go be the fucking owner for somewhere that's in a racist place? Houston is hella Black, my nigga. This is not the place for you to be a racist owner. Sorry, you continue. I'm all in.
No, it's cool. You're literally making my point for me, and I appreciate it. Take it. But the Rockets, first of all, like last season, gave it up to get Westbrook out. Gave OKC a shit ton of picks, right? It's just been a year, bro, and this whole experiment is over. I can't believe it. I can't believe this.
And it wasn't even a real year. That's what's crazy to me. Like, y'all don't want to try to make it work. This wasn't even a full year. COVID came and paused everything and messed it up.
These niggas were like, oh, no.
Niggas didn't even try.
We're not doing this. You know what I mean? So on top of that, this nigga James Harden turned down $103 million for 2 years. And if that doesn't tell you enough about the Houston Rockets, he was literally going to be the first player to get paid $50 million a season. And he said, nah, I'm good.
Wait a minute, I just got a question. If I grow a beard and get on some stilts, I think I could do it. I think I could be James Harden. He'll cover the mole. The beard will cover 103 million. In a panoramic. He turned it down in a panoramic.
Nah, my audience, y'all want to know the real gag? This is in Texas where there is no state income tax. All right. There's
I know his mama somewhere cussing him out.
I'm like, yo,
it must be so bad. Also, he also has a lot of money already. So
nah.
We will. We're Antifa. We're anti-capitalism. We're anti-capitalism. Anti-cap.
No. Yeah, what you gotta do is take that 103 million and just buy capitalism up. You don't gotta deal with that. No. That's crazy.
He was thinking about his peace of mind. I feel you, King.
50 mil a year? Sheesh, that's my check. Just because I knew something had to be wrong in there. Something's going on. I don't know what. On top of that, this is the same team that was having sex with the coronavirus testers. It's the same.
That's true. But I was on his side with that. It was consensual.
I know. This shit crazy. Yeah, but that's my
also,
check.
my team did some things. We traded dude with the blind for Danny Green.
And then traded Danny Green just a few minutes ago.
Shut the fuck up.
Yes.
What?
Yes. Traded him to the Sixers, and now y'all got Al Horford bum ass. It's cool though. Y'all in the draft for
by the time I reach my 30s,
y'all about to have the
it's gonna be lit. You're gonna be see me drip down with OKC gear because that's when we're gonna be good again. But we're not gonna be in a little playoff again.
Y'all gonna fuck it up, man.
Sounds like some hateration.
What about you? Who you checking?
Damn, I had it. Oh, back to Megan. I am checking everybody.
Okay.
Because, well, not everybody, but if the shoe fits, Cinderella style. This like new Megan hate train that has been fueling itself and just making its way around town is so baffling because it's stemming from her being shot and her being harmed. And now all of a sudden everybody hates her. And I won't say it's new because niggas hated her for being fine. They hated her for saying, I don't need a nigga. They hated her for twerking. They hated her
for being a woman who raps.
For being a woman. They hated her for not wanting to wear pants. Let me tell you something. If I look like Megan Thee Stallion, I'm not wearing pants either. What? Y'all sound dumb as fuck. Why would I ever have on clothes? I am a stallion. What can clothes do for me? Have you
ever seen a horse wearing pants?
Have you seen it? Look at me. Why would I ever wear anything? Why would I wear things? I with my love handle still have struggles putting on clothes because I still be like, actually, I just think that I'm fine enough. Beyonce told us if you got it, flaunt it. She told us that. All Megan is doing is following directions. They're both from Houston. She's just following
she's following the Houston Bible.
You got it, flaunt it. She's been flaunting it. So they've been hating her for that. All she does is twerk. I've never seen more niggas hate for bitches shaking their ass.
I thought y'all niggas like that shit.
So weird. So strange. All she does is twerk. You know, her flow sounds the same. I'll save that for later. It may be too soon. But I know of plenty of male rappers whose flows sound the same, and a bunch of them sound like each other, and they be making whole songs with each other. And nobody says that the whole song, you don't know which one of them was rapping because they made a damn song together because they sound fucking like.
So true.
They never switch up their flow. But anyway, the fact that niggas were already hating on her for just their normal misogynoir, right? And then all of a sudden she gets shot. And she's like, hey, I got shot. Now niggas are like, bitch, no, you didn't get shot, even though medical records. Then they're like, oh, you got shot, but you were twerking. Oh, you got shot, but I seen you smile last week, bitch. You should be sad forever because you got shot in your feet, ho. Oh, you got shot, but you made a new song, bitch. Oh, you got shot, but you still tweeting. I thought you got shot. I thought you were sad. I thought your mom died. You shouldn't be sad about that. Oh, I thought your grandma died. You shouldn't be sad about that. Like, why did y'all all of a sudden wake up and decide to... Y'all decided to wake up and hate this woman so much for getting up every morning and deciding that she is going to try to make the best out of every day despite all of the bullshit and horrible things that she's been through since she decided to let y'all niggas in on her greatness. I decided to hate her for that. It's so strange, and I know that this seems biased because I'm her biggest fan, but it's just wrong and so confusing, and I don't understand. No, I guess I can't say that. Because I am a woman who hates men, but am attracted to them. So I guess that's the same thing that all these niggas are going through with hating women.
Nah, but you know what? It's crazy when standards, like, If a rapper gets shot, street credit. It doesn't matter the circumstances.
Young Dolph made a whole mixtape called Bulletproof after he got shot at 100 times.
And he literally just got shot at. He didn't.
50 Cent's whole persona is that he was shot 9 times.
Right.
Nobody ever told him to shut up about it.
Or
but
show
I guess,
pictures or prove it.
Yeah.
You feel me? So like at the end of the day, I think people have to be more honest. We can always say that we hate men, but we don't mean it in the same way that men hate women.
And it holds
so
no
harmful.
power. It holds no power when we say that we hate men. You know, it doesn't block men from succeeding or put them in danger when we say that. But when a man says it because he has the fucking power, that's harmful to women. But I'll let you finish.
Right. No, it's just the simple facts of like, at the end of the day, people say, you know, you can say men are trash. At the end of the day, those same people still care for men. Like, they still don't want to see bad things happen to them. They don't wish the worst thing that they can wish for is that you stay away from them. Most women are just like, just leave me alone.
That's all.
You motherfuckers want women to die. You want them to like be depressed. You want them to be complete. You want them to hate themselves so that
forever. So
that you can come in and prey on that for whatever reason. You feel me? Like you want that. You want people to be down and out versus like just hoping to be left alone. Like it's actually way more harmful and way more violent. And people, I think men just don't realize it. Like that shit is really coming from. Like it's pretty gross.
It's disgusting.
It's so gross.
It's disgusting to watch these niggas move. And even how niggas are so quick to be like, oh, well, she should have just told the police at first. Or when women like be like, oh, this nigga, you know, was raping me or whatever. And they'll be like, oh, well, why didn't you go to the police? Like the police that we're trying to abolish? What? Like, listen to what y'all are saying.
Nah, they don't.
The police don't even listen to white women. You think I'm supposed to just stroll into the police office? The police office like, hey, the police gonna look at my black ass and say, oh, you was asking for it, you got asked. Like, what are y'all talking about? Niggas just don't think. They're just dumb. That's but fine. Yeah, that's what I'm checking.
Check that
it's
shit.
Just,
check.
It's so strange, this little hate train that has been brewing for my bitch.
I feel you.
Don't get it. Y'all just don't like to. They don't like to see women happy or just living on their own terms.
No, they don't. That's a fact.
Every time she hug a nigga, they say she fucking them. Like, oh my God, y'all want to fuck her so bad that y'all are so mad. That's really what it comes down to.
Agreed. Oh, all right. We moving.
Somebody got knocked out.
That's funny. So the last portion of our show is the tip. This is the point in the show where we like to recognize something positive that has happened, will happen, is going to happen, and it lets us leave our show on a high note. So Camille, who you tipping? Tipping.
I forgot.
Is that right?
I said my.
Oh, do you want me to go?
Yeah.
All right, that's all right.
So Sanj, who are you tipping this week?
Oh, thanks for asking, Cam. This week I'm pre-tipping everybody. You know, because sometimes when you give somebody a tip before the service, they feel guilty, so the service be better. You know what I mean? Or like when you remember somebody who tipped you in the past, you come back, the service is better. So I'm pre-tipping everybody before the holidays start for not planning any unnecessary travel or unnecessary gatherings and keeping y'all family safe. So that's one. I'm tipping every single person.
You're trying to reverse psychology.
Y'all are really, like, seriously, I mean, as a result of what you're doing, your family members are not going to pass away. You're not going to die. Your family won't completely be destroyed. You won't have to feel guilty as you move forward. So I'm just saying, I think we're all going to be winning. I'm so proud of y'all. And so this tip is for y'all, everybody, for just keeping it safe.
All right. I like what you did there. That reverse psychology, it isn't going to work, but I appreciate the effort.
Yeah. I had to do it for my conscience.
There you go.
Who you tipping?
I am
No.
going to tip my workout group because we've been going strong for like the last month and a half, and we really be.
That's
My
what's up.
cousin just bought a whole bunch of equipment. And he was like, honestly, we've been saying that we're going to be bad bitches for a very long time, and so now is the time. We're not doing shit. We're in COVID, and so we're gonna work out. So he has like, he has the little black mat that goes on the ground. He has the bicycle. He got the little boxing.
Oh, okay.
He has kettlebells. He has weights. He has the resistance bands. He got jump ropes. Like, we really be out there working out. Like,
that's tight.
Really getting it in. It's cool. Yeah. So I'm just appreciative of that because working out with other people is so much better than working out by yourself. Like, I would work out by myself here, and it would just like I wasn't as consistent. I would do it maybe like 2-3 times out the week. But even still, like, I'm not about to finish this set. It's too hard. But it's different when having somebody yelling and being like, "No, you could do it. Like, finish."
I got you. Oh,
I
hate gym partners.
I used to. I'm not gonna lie. I did used to, but now I actually need it. But before, when I was still living in San Diego, yeah, I hated gym partners. Like, oh, let's go to the gym together. Like, actually, I want to. I did.
Unless we're gonna do exactly what I say we're gonna do, then I'm down. But like, if you're gonna like change the weights around and shit like that, and do different reps and nah, stay at home, bro. Like, you don't need this shit in your life. The gym.
No, yeah,
But that's dope. I'm glad you found motivation. To continue it on, and the bad bitch is loaded.
I mean, it's loading. I put on my other, not this one, but my other watch band. I have to take a little. I think I got to take a little link off because it be sliding a little bit. So I'm like, wait a minute, I gotta
get the link off. That's what's
I gotta
up.
Take a little link off.
That's what's up.
It's something. I want to get some of those beads that bitches be having. You know what I'm talking about?
The what?
You never seen the waist beads that bitches be having? Women's people. These people put these like beads on you or whatever, and people keep them around this area, and then it helps you like once they start falling, you know that you losing like inches or whatever.
Okay, it's like a progress tracker.
And then sometimes people, will maybe like put, how people have like crystals and stuff like for the energy. So sometimes people put a little bit of that around there too to like always have that stuff on them or whatever. So if any of y'all be beating shit, hit a bitch up because I'm ready. Because I don't ever weigh myself. I always judge by how my clothes fit. Because I gain muscle as fast as I lose fat. So I don't feel like the scale is gonna really like my friend. So I just judge on how I look. Also, I'm not trying to lose hella weight. I just don't want to like be as jiggly. But I'm okay with my weight.
Yeah, and your general health first and foremost.
Public health. Here we go again. But all right, y'all. We made it through another episode. Deuces.